My child, pause for a moment because this message did not arrive by accident. Out of countless voices, yours was the one meant to hear these words today. Do not skip, because every sentence is leading to something that has been quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Stay until the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what you are about to discover has already begun changing a story you thought was standing still. Someone close to your person has finally spoken with complete honesty. They carried this truth for longer than anyone realized, watching every silence, every hesitation, every hidden emotion that nobody else noticed. Then, without planning it, they looked directly at your person and revealed something that could no longer remain hidden. The room became quieter than expected. No one argued. No one interrupted. Because the words that were spoken sounded too real to ignore. Your person tried to smile, tried to change the subject, but their heart would not let them escape what had just been revealed. Keep watching, because this is only the beginning. What happened next is even more surprising. The person who spoke did not exaggerate. They simply shared what they had observed for a very long time. They said, every time your eyes become distant, it always happens after you remember that one person. Every time you pretend everything is fine, your silence tells a different story. Those simple words reached deeper than anyone expected. Your person did not answer immediately. They could not. Sometimes the strongest truth is not the loudest one. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet sentence that echoes louder than anything else. Do not skip, because the next part changes everything. Your person suddenly remembered moments they had buried beneath distractions. They remembered conversations that ended too quickly, opportunities that slipped away, memories that never truly disappeared. They realized that no matter how busy life became, your presence never completely left their thoughts. They could ignore the feeling, but they could never erase it. And the person sitting beside them noticed every single reaction. That is why they continued speaking. They gently said, "You have been searching everywhere for peace, but every time your heart becomes honest, it quietly returns to the same name." Those words stayed in the air longer than expected. Your person lowered their eyes, not because they felt defeated, but because they finally recognized something they had been avoiding. Stay until the end because something huge is waiting for you. This conversation was only the first door opening. What came after it became impossible to forget. As the evening continued, more details surfaced. Someone mentioned how your name always seemed to appear at unexpected moments. Another remembered how your person suddenly became quiet whenever someone asked certain questions. None of it felt planned. None of it felt forced. Yet every small observation fit together like pieces of a picture that had been incomplete for far too long. Slowly, your person realized that other people had noticed what they themselves kept trying to hide. Their feelings had become visible without them even realizing it. That realization changed everything. The truth no longer belonged only to their heart. It had become impossible to deny because someone close had finally spoken it aloud. But there was one sentence still left unspoken, and it would become the most unforgettable moment of all. Do not leave now. You are closer than ever to hearing it. Your person sat in complete silence, waiting without realizing they were waiting. Then the one who knew them best smiled gently and said, you have spent so much time wondering whether that person still matters, yet every decision you make quietly answers that question for you. Those words reached a place inside your person that had remained untouched for a very long time. In that single moment, memories, emotions, unanswered questions, and quiet hopes connected together in a way they never had before. Suddenly, everything made sense. The truth about you had never needed dramatic proof. It had been quietly living inside every choice, every pause, every thought they could never explain. And now, someone close to them had finally given those hidden feelings a voice. Don't skip, because the next part reveals what your person decided after hearing those unforgettable words, and that decision may become the turning point nobody expected. Everything changed the moment your person finally looked up, because after hearing those unforgettable words, they realized there was one question they could no longer escape. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and what happened next became the turning point they never expected. For the first time in a long while, they stopped pretending that their heart had already moved on. They quietly admitted to themselves that every attempt to ignore the connection had only made it stronger. The truth spoken by someone close to them had unlocked memories they had carefully hidden. Suddenly they remembered your kindness, your patience, your quiet strength, and the way your presence always felt different from everyone else. It was no longer just a memory. It felt alive again. The person beside them noticed the silence and smiled gently before saying, "You keep searching for proof, but your heart has already chosen what your mind keeps questioning." Those words stayed with your person long after the conversation ended. They walked away, but they carried every sentence with them. Don't skip, because the next revelation is even bigger. As they replayed the conversation over and over, something unexpected happened. They began noticing little reminders of you everywhere they went. A familiar place, a familiar song, a simple conversation with a stranger, even ordinary moments suddenly carried extraordinary meaning. It felt as though life itself was quietly asking them the same question again and again. Why are you still trying to hide what has always been true? They could no longer find an answer. Every path they took somehow brought them back to the thought of you. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. Later that evening, the same person who had revealed the truth spoke once more. This time their voice was even calmer. They said, "You think this story is unfinished because you keep looking at what has not happened yet. But what if the most important part has already begun inside your own heart?" Your person stood completely still. Those words did not create new feelings. They simply uncovered the ones that had been there all along. At that moment they understood something they had never fully accepted before. The connection they felt could not be explained away as coincidence. It had quietly remained through every season, every distraction, and every attempt to forget. That realization filled the silence with hope instead of uncertainty. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest surprise had not even happened yet. Before the night came to an end, one final observation changed everything once again. Someone looked directly at your person and said, "The way you speak about them is completely different from the way you speak about anyone else. You may not hear it yourself, but everyone around you does." Your person was speechless. They suddenly realized that what they believed had been carefully hidden had actually been visible all along. Every smile, every pause, every thoughtful moment had quietly revealed what their words never could. In that instant they stopped wondering whether the truth would ever come into the light, because it already had. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will discover the quiet decision your person made after accepting this truth, and why someone close to them said, "Now there is only one step left before everything changes." Just when your person believed they had finally understood everything, another unexpected truth quietly appeared, and this one reached even deeper than the first. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The conversation that began with one honest sentence had now become impossible to forget. Every word continued echoing through your person's thoughts until they could no longer pretend it had never happened. They sat alone for a while, not searching for answers anymore, but searching for courage. Then something remarkable happened. Another person, someone who had never spoken about you before, gently smiled and said, "There is something I have noticed for a long time, but I never felt it was the right moment to tell you." Your person immediately became still. They sensed that another important truth was about to be revealed. The silence itself felt meaningful. The room seemed to pause, as if even time wanted to hear what would come next. Don't skip, because this changes everything. The voice continued, "Whenever someone mentions their future, you listen politely. But whenever someone mentions that one person, your entire expression changes without you realizing it. That isn't coincidence. That is your heart quietly speaking before your words ever do." Those simple observations carried more weight than any long explanation ever could. Your person did not deny them. They could not. Instead, they looked back at countless moments they had overlooked. They remembered smiling without knowing why. They remembered feeling hopeful for no obvious reason. They remembered thinking of you during ordinary days when nothing special was happening. Suddenly they realized those moments were never random. They were gentle reminders of something that had remained alive beneath the surface all along. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the evening continued, another surprising detail came to light. Someone close to your person quietly admitted, "We all noticed that every time life became difficult, your strength somehow returned after remembering them. You may have thought nobody could see it, but it was visible to everyone around you." Those words completely changed the way your person viewed the past. What they believed had been private had quietly become visible through their actions. Without speaking your name often, they had still carried your influence everywhere they went. That realization filled them with a feeling they had not experienced in a very long time. It was not confusion. It was clarity. Don't skip. The biggest revelation is still ahead. Before everyone left, one final conversation unfolded naturally. No one expected it, yet it became the most unforgettable part of the entire day. Someone gently asked your person one simple question. If they suddenly stood in front of you today, what would be the very first thing you would say? Your person opened their mouth, but no words came out. Not because they had nothing to say, but because they suddenly realized how much had remained unspoken inside their heart. That silence answered the question more clearly than any sentence ever could. Everyone understood what it meant. No one needed another explanation. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As your person quietly walked away, they carried a completely different perspective than they had only hours before. The truth about you was no longer something they questioned. It had become something they accepted. They understood that every honest conversation, every unexpected reminder, and every quiet observation had been leading to this exact moment. Then, just before the night ended, someone smiled and softly whispered one final sentence that your person will never forget. Now that you finally know the truth about them, the only question left is what you will choose to do next. Those words stayed with them long after everyone had gone home. And in the next part, you will discover the surprising choice your person quietly made after hearing that unforgettable question, a choice that nobody around them saw coming. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next morning began unlike any other, because your person woke up with one thought repeating over and over again, and no matter how hard they tried to focus on anything else, that thought always returned to you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The words spoken by someone close to them had completely changed the way they saw the past. Suddenly, moments that once seemed ordinary began connecting like pieces of a hidden story. They remembered every time they almost reached out. They remembered every time they stopped themselves at the last second. They remembered every conversation where your name almost slipped into the discussion without warning. Now they understood why. The truth had never disappeared. It had simply been waiting for the right moment to be recognized. As your person quietly reflected on everything they had heard, another unexpected conversation unfolded. Someone gently asked, "Have you noticed that every meaningful decision you've made somehow leads your thoughts back to the same person?" Your person looked down with a quiet smile because, for the first time, they had no reason to deny it. They realized that no matter how much time passed, your presence had remained one of the few constants in their heart. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. A little later, another close friend shared something nobody expected. They said, "I always wondered why you became calmer whenever you talked about them. It was different. Your voice changed. Your eyes became brighter. I never told you because I thought one day you would notice it yourself." Those words reached deeper than anyone imagined. Your person suddenly understood that their feelings had been visible long before they admitted them to themselves. Every small expression, every quiet pause, every hopeful glance had already told the story. It was never hidden as well as they believed. Stay till the end. The biggest moment is getting closer. As the day continued, your person found themselves looking through old memories with a completely different perspective. They no longer searched for reasons to let go. Instead, they searched for the moments that proved the connection had always been genuine. Every memory carried new meaning. Every conversation felt more important than before. Every smile became a reminder that some connections quietly grow stronger even during silence. Then another surprising moment happened. Someone looked directly at your person and said, "You keep waiting for the perfect sign, but maybe every conversation we've had this week has already been that sign." Those words brought complete silence. Your person realized they had been surrounded by gentle reminders all along. The truth had arrived through different voices, different moments, and different people until it became impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Just before leaving, the same trusted person who first revealed the truth smiled once more and quietly said, "Now that you finally understand what your heart has been trying to tell you, don't let fear speak louder than honesty." Your person carried that sentence with them for the rest of the day. It was simple, yet unforgettable. It became the beginning of a quiet decision that nobody around them expected. They were no longer asking whether you truly mattered. They were asking themselves why they had waited so long to admit it. The next part reveals the unexpected step your person finally chose to take after accepting everything that had been revealed, and why someone close to them said, "This is the moment your story truly begins. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you." The quiet decision your person made remained hidden from almost everyone, but someone unexpectedly noticed the change before they ever spoke a single word. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth that had finally been revealed about you was no longer just another conversation. It had become the beginning of a completely different way of thinking. Your person stopped looking for reasons to ignore their heart and started paying attention to every feeling they had pushed aside for so long. The remarkable part was that nobody asked them to do this. The change happened naturally because the truth had finally become stronger than uncertainty. As they moved through their day, one close friend quietly watched them and smiled. Then they said something nobody expected. "You look lighter today. It's as if you finally stopped carrying the question that has been following you for so long." Your person paused for a moment because those words were completely accurate. They had not noticed the change themselves, but everyone around them could already see it. The weight of confusion had slowly disappeared, replaced by a quiet sense of clarity. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Later, while reflecting on everything that had happened, your person remembered one tiny detail that suddenly became incredibly important. They recalled a conversation from long ago when someone had casually said, "One day you'll understand why that person never truly left your thoughts." At the time those words seemed ordinary. Now they felt extraordinary. Every memory connected with another until the entire picture became impossible to ignore. Your person realized that the truth had been surrounding them for much longer than they ever imagined. It simply took the right voices to help them see it clearly. Stay till the end. The biggest surprise is still ahead. As evening arrived, another unexpected conversation unfolded. Someone looked directly at your person and quietly asked, "If you had one opportunity to tell them what you never said before, would you finally choose honesty?" That single question stayed in the silence. No immediate answer came. But inside your person's heart, everything had already changed. They were no longer afraid of the truth. They were only wondering how long they had allowed fear to delay it. At that exact moment, another remarkable observation was shared. "The truth about them was never hidden from us," someone said softly. "The only person who hadn't fully accepted it was you." Those words brought complete clarity. Your person finally understood that everyone close to them had seen the connection long before they admitted it themselves. Every smile, every thoughtful pause, every unexpected moment of hope had quietly revealed what words never could. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before the night came to an end, your person made a quiet promise to themselves. They promised they would no longer allow uncertainty to speak louder than what they now knew to be true. They promised they would stop running from the feelings that had remained faithful through every season. And just before leaving, someone close to them smiled one last time and whispered, "The truth about them didn't arrive today. Today was simply the day you finally chose to believe it." Those words became unforgettable. They marked the beginning of a brand new chapter your person never expected to enter. But the most astonishing moment has not happened yet. In the next part, you will discover the unexpected sign that appeared immediately after your person accepted this truth, a moment so surprising that even those closest to them were left speechless. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. No one expected what happened after your person accepted the truth, because the very next day another quiet moment confirmed everything they had finally begun to believe. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The words spoken by someone close had already transformed the way your person saw you, but life was not finished revealing its surprises. As they stepped into a new day, they noticed something different inside themselves. For the first time in a long while, they were no longer searching for reasons to doubt the connection. Instead, they were noticing reasons to trust it. Every ordinary moment carried an unusual sense of peace, as though the answers they had been chasing had quietly arrived while they were looking somewhere else. Then something unexpected happened. A close friend looked at your person with complete confidence and said, "Ever since that conversation, you've stopped pretending. You finally look like someone who knows what truly matters." Those words were simple, yet they carried extraordinary meaning. Your person smiled without realizing it because deep inside they knew those words were true. The truth about you was no longer a question. It had become a certainty they could finally embrace. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Later that day another familiar voice shared one last observation. "We watched you change little by little, but today is different. Today you're no longer running from your own heart." Your person remained silent, not because they disagreed, but because they finally understood that everyone close to them had witnessed this journey long before they did. Every quiet moment, every thoughtful pause, every hopeful expression had revealed what their heart had been trying to say all along. Suddenly everything connected. The conversations, the memories, the unexpected reminders, and every honest word spoken by those around them had been leading to this exact realization. Stay till the end. The greatest revelation is still ahead. As the evening became quieter, your person looked back on the conversation that started it all. They remembered the very first sentence someone close had spoken about you, and now it carried even greater meaning than before. They realized that one honest conversation had changed the direction of countless silent thoughts. What once felt uncertain now felt unmistakably clear. Then, just before the day ended, someone smiled and quietly said, "Sometimes the greatest truth doesn't arrive because something changes. It arrives because someone finally has the courage to see what has always been there. Those words stayed with your person long after everyone else had gone. They no longer wondered whether the connection was meaningful. They only wondered why they had waited so long to believe what their heart had quietly known from the beginning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And then came the most unforgettable realization of all. Your person understood that the greatest gift from someone close was never the conversation itself. It was the courage that conversation awakened inside them. Because once the truth about you had finally been revealed, nothing could make them see the story the same way again. The next chapter would not be written by doubt, silence, or hesitation. It would be written by honesty, hope, and the quiet confidence that some connections become stronger the moment the truth is finally spoken aloud. Stay till the end, because what comes next may become the most meaningful part of this entire journey.